Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Before we dive into today's juicy and emotional story, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a beat. Trust me, you won't want to miss what we have in store for you. When it comes to celebrity relationships, there's no shortage of drama, mystery, and sometimes even heartbreak. But every once in a while, we get to witness a love story that seems straight out of a fairy tale, except, of course, with a Hollywood twist. And today, we're talking about none other than TYLA and Chris Brown, the two stars whose rumored relationship has had fans and tabloids buzzing for months. But why exactly does TYLA believe that Chris Brown is her one true love? Is this just another celebrity romance or something more profound and destined? You're going to want to stick around for the full story because we're breaking down the emotional journey, the signs, and the clues that might just prove this love is real. Trust me, by the end of this video, you'll be just as invested as we are. At first glance, TYLA and Chris Brown might seem like an unlikely pairing. With Chris Brown's high-profile career and personal controversies, and TYLA still finding her footing in the music industry, how could they possibly have found a common ground? But what you might not know is that their connection goes deeper than just shared experiences in the spotlight. TYLA has often mentioned in interviews that she's always admired Chris for his work ethic, his artistry, and the way he's been able to rise above his challenges. It wasn't long before their professional relationship evolved into something far more personal. Many of us remember that fateful Instagram live session where the two artists flirted back and forth, laughing, teasing, and sharing moments that seemed to indicate a spark between them. In fact, TYLA later admitted that when she first met Chris, she felt an undeniable chemistry that she couldn't ignore. But was it just a fleeting connection, or something more? As TYLA began to spend more time with Chris, both professionally and personally, she started to believe something even more significant was unfolding. In her own words, she describes Chris as her one true love. Now, many might think that this could be just a passing phase or something she says to gain attention. But if you take a closer look at their interactions, you might start to see why TYLA feels the way she does. For one, there's a deep understanding and respect between them. TYLA has spoken about how Chris has been there for her in ways no one else has. He's not just a collaborator or someone who pops in and out of her life. He's become a true friend, a mentor, and someone she can rely on. Chris, too, seems to have an undeniable connection with TYLA, often expressing admiration for her talent and resilience. In the world of celebrity relationships, where loyalty is sometimes hard to come by, these two seem to have built something rare, a solid foundation of trust and mutual respect. But it's not just about their professional bond. Fans have spotted them hanging out together outside of work, laughing, enjoying each other's company, and sharing moments that seem intimate and real. Could this be the beginning of a lasting relationship? TYLA herself seems to think so. Now, let's talk about the signs, because we all know how important those subtle little details can be in understanding a relationship. First and foremost, there's the undeniable chemistry between the two. If you've ever seen them interact in interviews or on social media, you can't help but notice the way they light up around each other. There's a playful energy that just can't be faked, and it's clear that TYLA and Chris share something special. But it goes beyond just chemistry. There's a connection that feels rooted in more than just attraction. When TYLA talks about Chris, she doesn't just speak about him as a celebrity or a lover, she speaks about him as someone who understands her on a deeper level. She's expressed how they both share similar struggles in their personal lives and careers, and how they've been there for each other in ways that others simply don't understand. One of the most telling moments came when TYLA posted a heartfelt message on social media, saying, "I don't need anyone else because I've found my one true love, and he's been by my side all along." Fans were immediately quick to point out that this wasn't just about their professional connection, it was about something much more personal and emotional. TYLA was telling the world, and perhaps even herself, that Chris was the one she had been waiting for. But wait, before we dive any deeper, if you're enjoying the story so far, don't forget to hit that like button and leave us a comment below about your thoughts on TYLA and Chris. Do you think they're meant to be? Let us know. Your opinions are what make this channel so special. Of course, being in a high-profile relationship isn't all sunshine and rainbows. TYLA and Chris have both had their fair share of ups and downs in the public eye. From controversies to personal struggles, their relationship has faced its challenges. But through it all, TYLA has remained adamant that Chris is the one she can lean on. In an industry filled with fleeting moments and fake smiles, their bond has withstood the pressures of fame. TYLA once shared that being in a relationship with someone like Chris has taught her the importance of resilience. She's learned not to let the opinions of others dictate her happiness. And when it comes to Chris, she knows that their love is something worth fighting for. But what makes TYLA's belief that Chris is her one true love even more powerful is her willingness to be vulnerable. Despite the harsh criticisms and judgments they both face, TYLA has never been afraid to express her feelings publicly. She's openly shared her admiration and love for Chris, even in the face of negativity. And perhaps that's the most important lesson we can all take away from their relationship. Love, especially in the public eye, isn't always easy. It requires bravery, patience, and an unwavering belief in one another. TYLA and Chris might not have a traditional love story, but it's one that feels real and full of promise. So, what's next for TYLA and Chris? While neither of them has officially confirmed any romantic relationship, the signs are clear. TYLA has openly referred to Chris as her one true love, and their interactions show a deep bond that many fans hope will lead to something more official in the future. But whether or not their love story goes public, it's clear that TYLA believes in Chris and their connection. She's found something in him that she's not willing to let go of, someone who understands her, supports her, and is there for her through it all. And maybe that's the most important part of this whole journey, believing in love, even when the world is watching. If TYLA can find her one true love in the chaos of Hollywood, maybe we can all find a little piece of that magic in our own lives. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to hit that like button, leave a comment, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more stories just like this. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you think TYLA and Chris are meant to be? We can't wait to see what you think. And remember, love isn't always easy, but it's always worth the journey. Stay tuned for more incredible stories, and we'll see you in the next video.